Hello, everyone. Dennis Anderson, CPA, here with you with Anderson Certified Public Accountant. I want to take and do a quick little comments on the coronavirus individual economic impact payments. Some of you got them, some of you didn't. And I want to talk to you about what you need to do if you didn't get them. For the ones that probably got theirs, you're probably the ones who took and got your refund direct deposited, or you did a direct payment with your 2019 return to where you provided the IRS directly your bank account information and they took the money and sent it right straight to you. You didn't go through an intermediary bank to where the preparer got paid. You paid him directly, or you prepared your return yourself. So you're probably part of the group that got that money this week, whereas there's a lot of people in the other groups that didn't get it. The ones that wouldn't have gotten their direct deposit this week would have been people that took and get their refund through the mail. So if you're waiting on snail mail for your refund, you're not getting the stimulus check direct deposit until you do what I'm about to show you. If you take and have to send the IRS money every year at the end of the tax season, then you're not going to get a direct deposit until you go to this website and do what I'm about to show you. The last group of people, it's a little bit unfortunate because there was a little bit of a miscommunication with those. And this is the group of people that went through a pay preparer who didn't take in pay the preparer the day they got the returns done or picked them up. And they used an intermediary bank to where the IRS sends the money to the intermediary bank. The intermediary bank has a list of instructions as to what to do with the money and gives the taxpayer anything that's left over via a check in the preparer's office or a direct deposit into their checking account. But let me show you the website first off as to where to go. I did put a link on it on our office Facebook page early on. It wasn't open until Wednesday, which was the middle of April, when they did take and bring the website live. So let me get that screen share up for you so you can find it. And there we go. So, of course, this is our office Facebook page. Click over here you go to the irs.gov, and what you're looking for is the $100 bills here, the economic impact payments. We'll click on that link. And this little blue box right here, up until Wednesday, it was a gray box that said it would be available in mid-April, and sure enough, it was available in mid-April. And what we do is we click here. It tells you what you may need, which is going to be your 2019 return if you filed it, and your 2018 return. Also, you'll want to make sure you got your bank account information, so that way there you can take and fill out the forms, fill out the things, because the IRS might use this information, something off of those two returns, to validate you, so they'll know that you are who you say you are claiming your refund. Click on Get My Payments. Nice big old warning about this being for authorized use, and you hit OK. And it starts off pretty simple. Social security number, birthday, street address, and zip code. And of course, when I put in my information, they tell me I'm not in their database. So I'm just going to have to keep waiting and keep coming back to it as they keep building this database, because the database has the returns that were done for 2019 already, probably early on, so that those are the ones that have been processed. So they've got that in this database. The IRS is constantly adding to the database to take and keep building it. So if you get to a message to where it says they can't find you, then don't worry about it. Just take and sit back and relax, and you'll be able to get there. Let me take and put in my stuff so I can show you that wonderful warning message about them not being able to find you. It says street address. So I'm going to assume that is the actual address, even though it may have been a P.O. box that was used on the tax return, because I don't know if the IRS knows the difference. I feel sure they probably do know my physical address, but oh well. Yep, there it is. So So there's the error message you get if you're not in the database yet. So according to the information that we have on file, we cannot determine your eligibility for a payment at this time. For more information on the eligibility rules, see our frequently asked questions page. So when I click on the frequently asked question page, there it is, payment status not available. And when you update that, you can see what it tells you about there about the fact we haven't finished processing your 2019 return. So if your return was just done in the last couple of weeks, there's a real good chance that they haven't finished processing it. Or if you haven't filed it yet, then it's going to take them a little while longer before they start to add the 2019 database to it. And it tells you some things to do about fixing it. They update the payment data once per day, so you can check one time in the morning, and then if it doesn't show up, just check the next morning. Or if you want to check it at night, check it at night. I would just pick one time a day and just check it once a day instead of having to do it over and over, because what we'll do then is you'll end up crashing the website, so which has happened, I think. So just keep that in mind as well. Just check it once a day. So let's talk about the issues with that group, the last group there with the bank products, because there's one bank that's done what I would say is a good PR move, and then there's another bank that's done something that really sucks. And unfortunately, that was the bank that my firm used, which is MetaBank and EPS Financial. They chose, without any consultation to anybody, they chose to send the money back to the IRS. So if you got a bank product through MetaBank or EPS Financial, then you're going to have to take and do this website, and eventually you'll get your information put in so that you can update your bank account so that they can take and send the money to you once they've figured out that they've received it back. The problem is it's going to take 7 to 10 days for them to figure that out. So unfortunately, you're just going to have to keep trying, keep doing that, keep checking and getting that information put in that website, and eventually it'll show up. Eventually you'll get it straightened out. Unfortunately, there's nobody we can call to try to straighten it out quicker. Calling the bank that handled the bank program for you, they're going to tell you that they've already sent the money back. Calling the IRS they're going to tell you they're waiting on the money to come in. It's just, unfortunately, it's just going to be a waiting game. That's the reason that decision really sucks. And I'll definitely keep that in consideration when I go forward to next year. Of course, EPS Financial and MetaBank, their fees are a little bit cheaper than the other banks, so that's kind of what happens, I guess. But we'll take and look at that later on. But one of the banks that did something that I think was the best choice for them to do, which I would have recommended, is Republic Bank. They did take and say, hey, yep, it's going to cost us some more money, but we're going to go ahead and continue to follow your disbursement instructions, and we're going to send the money either through a check to your paid preparer's office, or we're going to take and go ahead and do the direct deposit if they had your direct deposit information. So that would be great. That would have been what I would have recommended. But unfortunately, all we can do is keep checking the website, the IRS's website, that is, get my payment information, put it in, and eventually they'll get it straightened out. The IRS has gotten this done a lot faster than I suspected because with that link saying it was going to be available in mid-April, that added some validity to the fact that I thought that these payments would not be out to the end of April or the middle of May. And some of you probably won't get yours until the end of April or the middle of May, because now if the bank sent your refund back, you got to wait for it to come back, which takes 7 to 10 days. Fill in your information on this website, and then eventually you'll get your direct deposit, hopefully soon after you get that put in. But just be patient and keep trying, and it'll get there and it'll get straightened out. But I didn't expect them to have the direct deposits go out and open the link at the same time. That was a little bit like putting the cart in front of the horse, because you had people that may have changed their bank accounts. They may have closed down an account. All kinds of things could have happened. And of course, I'm not going to totally blame these bank program banks like MetaBank and Republic Bank for issues with it, because with those bank programs, there is supposed to be some kind of notification that the IRS has to know that this is not a permanent checking account. That's something that's done kind of behind the scenes that that most people don't know about, but there was supposed to be some kind of notification where the IRS was not supposed to send the money to these banks. So they weren't expecting it. So that's another issue as well. And that's probably done from the push to rush and try to get this done so quickly. And all. But you know, it is what it is at this point. We just have to wait. If you haven't got your payment, go to the website with the irs.gov, click on the $100 bills, click on the Get My Payment, and keep trying to put in your information so that way there you can get your bank account info put in. You can try to call the IRS if you would like. Unfortunately, won't be anything that you can do. If you want to call your pay preparer, then there's probably not much they're going to be able to tell you either, other than the fact of your return was sent in, and if you they'd be able to tell you what bank they did use for their bank programs. But aside from that, that's about all we can do. They can tell you what their bank program, their program bank is going to do with the money when they get it. I know that MetaBank and EPS Financial are sending the money back to the IRS, so hopefully they may change course on that. But as of April the 18th here, nope, they hadn't changed course on it. So we'll just take and keep waiting. Eventually the IRS will get back to normal to where we can talk to somebody. But unfortunately, people need the money now. The IRS coming back to normal may not happen for another month or 2 months. It's just a matter of when we get through this COVID-19 stay-at-home orders, which I do realize everybody's getting cabin fever, and me very much so, because I've gotten through tax season. I wanted to go somewhere. I'm still stuck in the office. It sucks. But everybody does need to keep their distance, and I'm trying to do that, and still get as much done as possible. So we will keep working through it, and we'll all get there sooner or later. If you have any questions or concerns, you can check out our Facebook page for Anderson Certified Public Accountant PC. You can also take and give us a phone call, 980-269-8350, or you can check out our website, 1040dr.com. Thank you.